welcome. I am Brandon with Bad Tech and Gaming, and today we have 5 gadgets under $35. For this video, we did actually save the best for last, and there are links in the description for reference. Anyway, enough of that, let's begin. Number 1, this is a USB-C hub. The Lenovo USB hub is a nice looking device that is more versatile than one might expect. It is a 7-in-1 hub with 3 USB 3.1 ports, which are not all on the same side in case you have something that's rather large to plug in that uses a USB port. It has one USB-C port that actually allows pass-through charging, which I'll get to in a moment. The hub has a micro SD port as well as a standard SD port, depending on which one you need, of course. Now, Lenovo made this particular device with one HDMI port. Now, they actually do have a couple of different hubs at different price points with different port selections. Some of these include Ethernet ports, less USB ports, or more USB ports, whatever it is that you want. I will link those in below for reference as well. Continuing on, Lenovo does actually include pass-through charging, as I mentioned earlier. This can actually power your computer if it allows it, and your phone at the same time if that is something that you need. This particular one has a metal housing around it and rubber feet at the bottom. Makes for an overall good build quality. The USB-C portion of the cable is thicker than I expected, which makes sense. If that's the weak point of your USB-C hub, then, well, it's not going to last very long because that's really how everything is done. Moving on. Number 2, micro USB to USB-C adapters. This one is actually less than $10. You had a bunch of old micro USB cables. You can actually turn them into USB-C cables. Now, this actually comes in a 4-pack, the one that I particularly got here. These are so cheap and can upgrade some of your older cables into nicer ones and have kind of a dual functionality to it. Example, if you need a micro USB-C cable, you got one. You need a USB-C cable, you got one. They work as simply as you would expect. You just plug it in, and boom, now you have a USB-C cable. It really is that easy. Now, some of them don't work with transfer of data, and I'm not really sure why, but some cables that could transfer data don't. They only charge, but some that do support it actually do work with it. I don't know, I couldn't find a common denominator. I'm sure there's one out there, but for under $10, you get 4 of them. That really is a pretty good value. Moving on to the next one. Number 3, phone camera lenses. Less than $30, you can amplify your phone camera depending on the situation. I use my Note 9 camera for literally everything, so it is nice to be able to zoom in with the micro lens. You can get so close to things, or you can widen the already wide angle lens, which is also very nice. It even includes a zoom lens up to 18 times and a fisheye lens. This particular pack came with a tripod / selfie stick device that's actually more useful than I thought it would be. Now, I will give you 30 seconds here of photos and video that I took with this, so that way you can get an idea and you can be the final judge. Moving to number 4. I call these spider tablet / phone stands. These are less than $15. They actually are extremely flexible phone / tablet stands. Yes, that's plural. There's 10 in a pack. They can be molded to almost any device, which is really nice. Anything from a tablet to a phone, obviously by the name that I gave it. The inside of this is actually a metal wiring, and the outside's actually rubber, which does help with grip. There are joints built into it to show the best spots to bend it, and depending on where you would like to hold it up at, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. The nice thing about these is that by design, they work in almost any situation. This makes them worth the money, and I use them super frequently. I've used them on airplanes, on my desk at home. I've propped up products with it. I've even used them to support up my computer whenever it's getting too warm, almost like a ventilation system. My Lenovo Legion Y545 gaming laptop. The best thing about them, in my opinion, is they take up next to no space in any bag. You can bring 2 or 3 of them, depending on how many gadgets you have or need to prop up, but in general, they don't take up much space. They go completely flat. And last but not least, my very favorite one, the JBL Go 2. JBL makes many good speakers, but the Go 2 for $30 has to be one of my favorite. It is small pocket-sized speaker with a surprisingly loud sound and a decent amount of bass for its size. It has IPX7 water resistance, meaning it can be submerged completely underwater 3 feet for 30 minutes. This means you can take it to a pool or on a boat without really having to worry about it. It has 5 hours of playback time. However, in my personal experience, I've finished an 8-hour shift with it playing most of the time and still had battery left when I'm done. With a 3.5mm audio jack and speakerphone capabilities, this really makes this little guy worth having it in a pinch. It is small and very well built with a metal mesh over the front and a rubber coating everywhere else. The JBL Go 2 is a must-have if you're on the go a lot more and your phone speaker just doesn't cut it. Anyway, this has been Bad Tech and Gaming's list of 5 gadgets under $35. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, all the purchase links in the description below, these are affiliate links that do help support the channel at no extra cost to you. So please feel free to browse around. Don't feel like you're getting ripped off. That is all I have for you now. You guys have a great day. It is time to end.